Hello, my brothers and sisters in the Lord. My name is Father Joe, and I'm here at St. Joseph's Parish in Elko, Nevada. Today, I'm going to be going into the readings for the fourth Monday of Lent. And we have a very interesting gospel reading today. I'm going to quickly read that and then give a few comments on it. So this is from the fourth chapter of John. This is immediately after the story of the Samaritan woman at the well. At that time, Jesus left Samaria for Galilee, for Jesus himself testified that a prophet has no honor in his native place. When he came into Galilee, the Galileans welcomed him, since they had seen all he had done in Jerusalem at the feast, for they themselves had gone to the feast. Then he returned to Cana in Galilee, where he had made water wine. Now there was a royal official whose son was ill in Capernaum. When he heard that Jesus had arrived in Galilee from Judea, he went to him and asked him to come down and heal his son who was near death. Jesus said to him, "Unless you people see signs and wonders, you will not believe." The royal official said to him, "Sir, come down before my child dies." Jesus said to him, "You may go. Your son will live." The man believed what Jesus said to him and left. While the man was on his way back, his slaves met him and told him that his boy would live. He asked them when he began to recover. They told him, "The fever left him yesterday, about 1 in the afternoon." The father realized that just at that time Jesus had said to him, "Your son will live," and he and his whole household came to believe. Now this was the second sign Jesus did when he came to Galilee from Judea. Now there's a couple of things I want to talk about with regard to this gospel passage. The first is the somewhat odd interaction between Jesus and the royal official. I think the proper way to understand this is to look at the reason for Jesus' presence in the world. Jesus did not simply come to become a miracle worker or to show great signs. Rather, as we read in the 10th chapter of St. John's Gospel, that Jesus entered in to do his Father's work. And if you do not believe in him, believe in the works. Namely, Jesus came to reveal to us who he is. And so when we have this sort of encounter, Jesus isn't so much mocking the man or saying that his son won't be healed, but was rather trying to point to a deeper reality. Now, Venerable Bede makes the argument that this shows that faith itself is a virtue, that the man began his faith by going to see Jesus. His faith was strengthened by listening to the words that Jesus said that his son will live, and then it comes to full maturity when he sees the reality behind it. But all of this is to remind us that it's not so much about receiving miracles from Jesus, but about believing in Christ, namely that he is Emmanuel, God with us. The second thing I want to share is this last part. That is the second sign Jesus did when he came to Galilee from Judea. Origen has somewhat of an odd interpretation of this, and I'm going to somewhat riff off what he said. He said that this is symbolic of the two advents of Christ. The first is the sign that he does when he comes to Galilee, turning the water into wine, a sign of the great joy in which Jesus sups with us. This is somewhat of a Eucharistic allusion as well, when we come to the Mass and are present with Jesus as we eat and drink with him. The second coming is the healing of the dead. The second advent of Christ, when Christ comes in glory to judge the living and the dead. And I thought that was a somewhat interesting interpretation, and so I share that with you as well, that the two miracles Jesus does in Cana of Galilee is indicative of his two advents into the world. And with that, I will end my reflection for today. Please be safe. May God bless you, and may he keep you.